Welcome to the Mothers Acting Up Vocal Empowerment Workshop. Mothers Acting Up specifically invites mothers to act on behalf of the world's children. Mothers have been silenced and kept in the private realm for as long as history can remember. As one of the co-founders of Mothers Acting Up and as a theater professor at the University of Colorado, I have learned that theater has some tools that can help mothers make their voices strong in the public arena. For the last 2 years, I've been touring this workshop around the U.S. and to different parts of the world. So today, by doing this workshop, you are joining a global community of mothers, all owning their voices to speak up on behalf of their most passionate concerns. We're going to start out by doing a name game. I'm going to say my name, and then I'm going to do a action that just expresses how I'm feeling right now. And then after I do mine, then we're going to, we'll do it in a circle like this. Beth!
Beth! Beth! Beth! Beth! Beth! Beth!
Beth!
Beth!
Beth! Beth!
Jen!
Jen!
Jen! Jen! Jen!
Jen!
Jen! Jen!
Jen! Jen! Jen!
Jen! Cherie! 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 Cherie!
Cherie! Cherie!
Cherie! Cherie!
Cherie! Cherie!
Cherie! Leslie! 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 Leslie!
Leslie!
Leslie! Leslie!
Leslie!
Leslie! Leslie!
Leslie! Tia!
Tia! Tia!
Tia!
Tia! Tia! Tia! Tia! Tia! Tia!
Tia! This next exercise, we'll be using these balls to create a pattern of throwing it to each other and saying the person's name who you throw it to. So I'll start out. Jeannie.
Okay. Cherie.
Remember your pattern.
Rata? Radhika. Jenny.
Oh wait, can you throw it back to Radhika? That's great. Radhika, will you do someone who hasn't had the ball thrown to them yet?
Okay.
Perfect example.
Is it Tia?
Yes.
Tia.
Margarita. Was it Jen?
Jen.
Jen.
Shanna.
You're gonna have to
Kendall.
Leslie.
Great.
Beth.
Okay, so we're going to get this. We have a pattern set now. Let's keep going with that pattern. Jeannie. Keep it fast.
Cherie. Radhika.
Tia.
Margarita. Jen.
Shanna.
Kendall. Leslie.
Beth.
Jen. Janine. Jeannie. Sorry.
Cherie. Radhika.
Tia.
Make it a little faster each time.
Margarita. Jen.
Shanna.
Kendall. Leslie.
Beth.
Jeannie.
Cherie.
I'm going to make it harder. I'm going to add another ball. Jeannie.
Cherie. Radhika. Jen.
Shanna.
Kendall. Jen. Leslie.
Shanna.
Jen. Cherie.
Shanna.
Radhika. Kendall. Leslie.
Beth.
Jen.
Jeannie.
Shanna.
Cherie. Kendall. Leslie.
All right, good. Thank you very much. Now I'd like us to do an exercise where we're going to say declare our most passionate concern facing the world at this moment. There may be many concerns that you have, but whatever one seems most primary to you right now.
Oh boy.
And it's just a one sentence, and I'm going to ask that you insert your name in between each word. So for example, I, Beth, care Beth, about Beth, every Beth, child Beth, getting Beth, a Beth, education Beth.
I'm Margarita, care Margarita, that Margarita, everyone Margarita, has Margarita, health Margarita, insurance Margarita,
All right, fantastic.
I, Shanna, am concerned, about Shanna facilitating Shanna community. Shanna.
I, Tia, am Tia, concerned Tia, that Tia, all the Tia, single Tia, mothers, Tia, get Tia, help Tia, that Tia, they Tia, need.
Yay.
I, Jeannie, care Jeannie, that Jeannie, all Jeannie, children Jeannie, get Jeannie, access Jeannie, to Jeannie, good Jeannie, nutrition Jeannie.
Fantastic.
I, Kendall, care Kendall, most Kendall, about Kendall, all Kendall, people Kendall, getting Kendall, the Kendall ability, Kendall to, Kendall actualize, Kendall their, Kendall dreams. Kendall.
Fantastic.
As Radhika and Radhika, educator Radhika, I Radhika, care Radhika, most Radhika, passionately Radhika, about Radhika, children Radhika, learning Radhika, to Radhika, disagree Radhika, without Radhika, thinking of Radhika, those Radhika, they disagree with Radhika as Radhika enemies.
Fantastic. Great.
I, Leslie, care Leslie, about Leslie, women Leslie, getting Leslie, paid Leslie, the Leslie, same Leslie as Leslie, their Leslie, male Leslie, counterparts Leslie, or Leslie, a little, Leslie, little Leslie, bit Leslie, more.
I, Cherie, care Cherie, about Cherie, children Cherie, living Cherie, in Cherie, poverty Cherie, and Cherie, having Cherie, access Cherie, to Cherie, everything Cherie, everyone Cherie, else Cherie, has Cherie.
Great. Fantastic.
I, Jen, would Jen, like Jen, to Jen, leave Jen, a Jen, safe Jen, and Jen, beautiful Jen, world Jen, to Jen, our Jen, children Jen.
The next thing I'd like for us to focus on in this workshop is relaxation. Tension blocks expression. If we're holding tension in any part of our body, that means that our voice is not able to travel through our body to that part. So we'd like to get our voice to go down into our entire body, and for our body to be the instrument for our voice. It's not just our head and our shoulders, it's really our whole body. And we as women and as mothers have had a lot of experience and have a lot of knowledge in our bodies and our lived experience. If our voice is in our whole body, then we're speaking from that knowledge. So we're going to start with your knees bent slightly, arms down, and you're going to swing your arms up as you inhale. So swinging up, inhale, and exhale down as you exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. I'm going to add a vocalized ah on the exhale. Inhale up, and ah. Inhale up, exhale down vocally. Ah. Good, a few more times. Inhale up, exhale down. Again, inhale up, and exhale down. We're going to do another exercise that's going to be physical as well to release tension. And it's just going to be shaking out that tension. Some of them you just shake it out like we shake out a rug. So we will do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with each hand, with each foot. And then we'll go from 8 times to 4 times to 2 times to 1 time. Let's try it together. We'll do it twice so that you get the hang of it. Trying it all together first. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Let's try that one more time together. Now that we all have the like getting yourself like a rag doll. So you're just in your whole body. You're shaking out that tension. Let's try it together one more time again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. All right, good. This is an exercise for releasing tension that you could really do anywhere. You could be about to address the Congress of the United States, and you could do this exercise and no one would know you were doing it. We're going to start at the very top of our head, and we're going to go down through our entire body as I count backwards from 20 to 10. By the time I get to 10, I'd like you to get all the way to your feet. I'm going to verbally guide you to letting go of your tension as you pass through your body, so you really gain an awareness. A lot of times tension is something that we hold on to guard ourselves against a sometimes aggressive world. So we have to really take the time to override these habits that have become ingrained in our bodies. So let's just start. Go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to start at the very top of your head, and I'm going to start counting backwards with 20, letting all tension just melt away. Feeling it come down your forehead, through your eyes, all those muscles giving way. 19, continuing that jaw muscle lets go. As much muscle as you need just to be sitting erect, working your way down through your neck. 18, into the shoulders. This is a place where we often hold a lot of tension. Releasing it, letting it melt down and away. Continuing down, 17. Down, down, continuing on. And 16. Working your way almost to the middle of the body, the waist. Letting go of all tension. 15. Continuing on down, going towards the hips, really feeling and registering this as pleasurable. 14, working all through the hips, pelvis, releasing all tension, starting to work your way up the thighs. 13, working your way up towards the knees. 12, continuing down the leg, releasing all tension. 11, and now down to the ankles, through the foot, and to the tips of each toe with 10. Now just take a moment to feel this relaxed state. Register it as being pleasurable and safe. And now I'm going to keep counting backwards from 9 to 1, and I'm going to ask you to let in a clear, fresh breath. Imagine that breath is dissolving any residual tension anywhere else in your body, and you will exhale it forcefully from 9 to 1. Letting in a breath. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to focus now on letting in a full breath. Breath really gives life to true expression. You will notice that right now I'm going to let in one breath, and I can keep talking for a very long time as I'm demonstrating right now, and I'm not letting in a new breath, and I can just keep speaking and speaking, and my voice gets thinner and thinner and less expressive. Whereas, if I let in a full breath, I am demonstrating now that my voice can have life and that it can be full and expressive. So for that reason, we are going to be trying to let in a full breath. I'd like everyone to imagine, if you would please, that your torso is a wooden barrel. Here's the bottom of your barrel, here's the top of your barrel, and I want you to imagine that this barrel is your lung capacity. So I'd like you to imagine inhaling into your full barrel. Everybody just go ahead and inhale into their barrel. Fantastic. Now I'd like you to imagine pressing against the bottom of your barrel, inhaling towards the bottom of your barrel primarily first. Letting in a breath. Fantastic. This time out to the sides of your barrel. Letting in a breath. Great. And now the back of the barrel. Letting in a breath. And now the front of the barrel. And now the top of the barrel too. You'll notice that I say letting in a breath rather than taking in a breath. The phrase taking in a breath seems to assume that we're doing a muscular effort to take in a new breath. Whereas if we just relax and if we use our breath fully, a new breath will rush in. I'd like everyone to exhale as fully as possible. Plug your nose after you've exhaled completely, and then just let yourself feel what it feels like to have a vacuum inside of you. There's very little air. And then after we count, we'll all just kind of let go of our nostrils, and the new air will rush in. And you'll get a heightened experience of letting in a breath. Let's try this together. Everyone, exhale completely, completely. Good. Did you get that experience? Good. Nice. Let's try that exercise one more time. What we're going to do is we're going to exhale completely, completely. Let's all do it together. Exhaling completely, completely. Plug your nose. Good. That heightened experience of letting in a breath. So for doing full breath, one of the things that we want to be able to do is to infuse a full breath into our sound. So if everyone could just make an open ah sound, that'll be a sustained ah, all together, letting in a breath. Ah. Great. And we can go for quite a while if we want to. Yeah, we can go for quite a while. What I'd like to invite us to do now is to make it as short as possible and to be infusing as much rich breath into your ah as you can. So it'll be much shorter. Let's all let in a breath together. And ah. Good, great. We can hear the difference in the quality of the sound. It's much more full, rich, and alive. One of the next concepts that we want to get across is the idea that you need an open throat in order to be able to speak effectively. So, one of the things is that our throat is a great sensor of our emotional expression. There's that expression, I got choked up. It literally is like that. You're getting choked up. So to override that censoring part of our body, one of the greatest tools we have is the yawn. I'd like to invite everyone now to just go ahead and trigger a yawn. I'm sure that by watching other people yawn, you just naturally want to yawn. Now let's vocalize these yawns. Again, please, everyone. Good. Let out a big full yawn. One more time. Letting out a big full yawn. Now we've got that ah sound going. Let's make it a sustained ah. So we're just still yawning, but it's an ah. Letting out our yawn and an ah. Letting in a breath. Ah. Great, great, great. And let's have it go ah all the way, and it's like full breath all the way till the end. Letting in a breath. Authentic contact gives direction to our expression. So we're going to practice using our voices while making authentic eye contact with a partner. So I'd like to invite everyone now to get one partner If you could double up, you two. You want to see you two? Great. I'll do the green. Okay. Fantastic. So get with your partner. Be about an arm's length away from your partner. Fantastic. Great. Fantastic. Good. So you're about an arm's length. You don't need to keep your arm up. You're just measuring yourself here. And what I'd like to invite everyone to do now is to let your arms off to your side. We're going to go back and reestablish the relaxation that we worked on. We're going to have the full breath that we worked on. Great. And we have the open throat. Everybody's going to yawn. Great. That throat is nice and open. And right now we are establishing eye contact. Unless a tornado rips through this room, please keep eye contact with your partner. Okay? This is a hard thing to do for everybody. Shake it out again. Get your arms to your side. Shake it out, getting eye contact. Great. Go ahead and let go of your need to talk. Just let yourself dig into the other person's eyes. Smiles come up, whatever. Great. Letting go of your need to talk. Fantastic. And even when I'm speaking, still maintain that eye contact with your partner. Great. So I'd like to give you a task to do while you're maintaining this eye contact. I'd like us to just do a yawn and let it out an open ah again. Letting in a breath. And now we'll do the same thing. Yawn, the ah, but we're going to keep it on the sustained ah. Letting in a breath. Great. We're going to do that again, and this time we're going to do a sustained ah, the yawn to open it up. And we're going to infuse as much rich breath into that ah as we can, so that's much shorter. Letting in a breath. Great. And now we're going to do it where we're going to have the people with the darker shirt are going to go first. Kind of establish whoever that is with me. And then we'll have the next group come in a little bit higher. Okay? So we'll start out with the people with the darker shirt are going to go first, and you will start out with an next people come in. Letting in a new breath whenever you need it. Great. Great, and now I would like for you to say your most passionate concern to your partner while making authentic eye contact. And I'd like us to keep the benefits of all the things we've worked on before. So you will have relaxation. Your body will be free from tension so that your voice can drop down into your whole body as its instrument, and that you can speak from that knowledge. I'd also like you to have full breath and to have an open throat, or that yawn, that open throat, to let the voice come out uncensored. So let's try that now together. Person with the darker shirt, you go first, please. The other person go again right after the other person is finished. My most passionate concern facing the world's children is that every child is able to have the same instinct to work in their way with everybody else.
My most passionate concern is that we have people with the same work that men do, and maybe even a little bit more to make up for back lost
to our
wages.
children.
Now I'd like us to come into a circle again as a group, and I'd like us to take this full contact, this authentic eye contact, and to use that for the whole group. So I'm going to, again, declare what my most passionate concern is, but I'm going to try to authentically take in this whole group just in that short sentence. So I'll demonstrate first. My most passionate concern facing the world's children is that every child have access to education so that they can be brought out of poverty.
My most passionate concern about the world's children is that each child has access to health care.
My most passionate concern is facilitating genuine community in an increasingly fractured and media-obsessed world.
Yes.
My most passionate concern is that the single mothers of the world get all the help that they need so that they can succeed in life.
My most passionate concern is that all children have access to good nutrition so that they can grow and lead rich, full lives.
Try to make contact with each person.
My most passionate concern is to let all people actualize their dreams.
Fantastic.
As an educator, my most passionate concern is that children be taught how to disagree with each other without thinking of those who disagree with them as enemies.
My most passionate concern is that women get paid equally for doing the same work that men do, and maybe even a little bit more to make up for lost wages.
My most passionate concern right now is that children living in poverty get the same experiences and opportunities as other children.
My most passionate concern is that we leave our children a safe and beautiful world.
And now, working with your partner, I would like to invite each person to devise one way in which they could use their voice to speak up on this concern. I'd like this to be something that you would and could do within the next month. I would like it to be something for which you already have all the resources right now. You don't need to learn to speak Spanish. You don't need to own a 9-passenger van. You own all that you need to do. You're all that you need to do it right now. I'd like you to set yourself up for success. Make it as small as it needs to be. It could be that I'm going to start a conversation among my coworkers about the possibility of using fair trade coffee in our office only. It could be that I start to speak out to my faith community about these issues that I care about. It could be that I call my representative in Congress or the Senate and I talk with them about this issue and what kind of bills are being introduced around this now. It could be very large. It could be a town hall meeting that you organize and declare, or it could be talking to one single other person. But I'd like you to devise one very specific way that you could start to speak on behalf of your concerns within the next month. Okay, everybody go ahead and work through that now. Just take a few moments.
I would be
There's
curious.
a win.
Talk about it. Yeah, and there's
I know, I just need to absolutely
I'm already dressed.
Now that everyone has devised one way that they can speak up on behalf of their concern, I'd like for us to, in a very short, concise way, share these actions, these speaking up, these actions with each other.
As a college teacher, I'm not sure how my students learn to disagree, and oftentimes when they disagree, things turn hostile. So I'd like to talk to elementary school teachers and find out whether they have debates in the room and how they handle children, so that I know what happens to my students before they get to my classes.
Great. Fantastic.
I have the opportunity to talk to my partner's daughter is heading off to college this summer. And so we'll have a lot of conversation as she heads out the door. And one of the conversations I'd like to have with her and maybe some of her girlfriends around the dinner table is just to let her know about some of the inequalities that are out there, and particularly in terms of the pay disparities. Because I don't think she'll get that information necessarily from her dad. And I think she's going out into the world thinking that, of course, we're all the same. Of course I'll get paid the same.
It's all fair.
And I think because she hasn't come up through sort of a feminist household or with a lot of feminist ideology, that she may not realize that she's got some inequalities ahead of her that she needs to deal with.
One of the ways I plan to help children that are living in poverty have some of the same experiences that others may have is to continue teaching dance workshops and cultural workshops in schools that tend to have children that come from lower socioeconomic households, and so that I'm bringing the arts to them and a different variety of culture.
With oil spilling right now into the Gulf of Mexico, it makes me really thoughtful about the way I use energy in my life and in my own home. And so looking at ways that I can reduce my energy consumption, both in my home and by riding my bike instead of taking my car, if I can.
One of the things that I could do is Michael Moore has a website, and all of the films he does I have watched, I've followed, and one of them was Sicko, that had to do with the healthcare system in America. And I believe there's a link where you can go and click that you want to sign up for your name to float out there in the universe, that you are for universal care here in America. So that's one very simple thing that I could do.
Fantastic.
I actually just think that I should host a little happy hour in my neighborhood where I live. We live in condos, and people drive into their garage and shut the door, and it's easy not to have very much neighborhood feel right in our neighborhood. And it's something that I've thought about doing for at least 3 years and never done. And I think it's my year to finally do that.
Fantastic.
Well, 2 semesters ago, I wrote a little book on the colonization of Black women's bodies, and it got published on an online journal. So the simplest thing I could do is probably just send that that website out so that other people can read it, and then also learn more about the colonization of Black women's bodies, especially single Black women.
Fantastic.
I recently had the opportunity to sponsor a little girl in Veracruz, Mexico, with the costs for her before and after school meals through a nonprofit group that I work with there. And I thought I could print the really charming picture that they gave me of her and put it up in a prominent place in my office so that others might see it and ask me about it, and I could tell them what I'm doing and encourage them to do the same.
I recently worked with an organization in Kenya based in Nairobi. It's a community-based organization run by some people from Kenya, and they've been promised money, and we don't know where the money is gone. So I'm meeting with the woman next week, and I need to ask her about where the money is gone and follow up on that and make sure that they get their money.
In the theater, we wouldn't think of going in front of an audience until we have rehearsed quite a bit. And when we're really asking mothers to claim their public voice and come out into the public arena, it stands to reason that a little rehearsal wouldn't hurt. What we find too is that we're going to encounter a lot of the obstacles that we'll likely encounter in the public realm. And then together as a group, we're going to help each other devise solutions over these obstacles. So let's start out by just acting out. I think, has anybody here been a school teacher? Okay, great. We're going to just have you act out coming to ask a school teacher about your question. Let's act it out and see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to be acting out to encounter obstacles that might come up and to see how it goes. Yes, Radhika, the school teacher is able to talk to you now. You can come into her office. She only has a few minutes, but she'd love to talk with you about your concern.
Hi Radhika, I'm Margarita.
Hi Margarita, I'm Radhika. Lovely to meet you. I'm wondering, because I haven't taught young children, but I get them, when they're supposed to be adults, let's put it that way, right? And when I get them in the classroom, oftentimes I teach courses on issues of race, gender, class, and so on. And oftentimes when there's disagreement, I notice that some students shut down, some students look angry, some have walked away, right? And occasionally, a student will come to my office and say, that she's been traumatized by the discussion. So I was concerned that we're teaching young people how to deal with disagreements, how to deal with conflict from a pretty early age?
Well, for sure we have conflict resolution strategies in the classroom. And I believe that we are raising a generation that is more likely to talk about their problems and not take disagreement as a huge problem. I've observed that it's a cultural thing. To a very big extent, there are certain cultures in which you just don't talk about it. I believe that here in the United States we are raising a generation that is more able to talk, and we do have ways of speaking to each. Let's say there's a conflict, we speak to both children are there at the same time. I speak to one of them, then I speak to the other, and I help them find the words with which to communicate to each other and to listen to each other and see the other's point of view.
Yeah.
Your next appointment is here.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Another one of the ways of speaking up was in creating community. Shanna, you were talking about wanting to create a better community in the townhouse, in the condos where you live.
Right.
So how would you approach these people? Let's act this out. How would you? Where should we be? How do you encounter people? In what way would you want to invite people to maybe come to a gathering?
Well, I think I'm just going to post some little flyers. That would be easy.
Let's do it. Cherie and Leslie, do you want to be maybe coming home and maybe parking?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, or maybe you guys could come and be parking while you see Shanna putting up one of her things right here.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
But are we separate? Are we
Just
together?
we're together.
Do we even know each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
You
neighbors
two got
that
one of
know
my-
each other.
Okay.
Shanna, I'm just gonna do it.
So we already know each other?
Yeah, you're coming home together, your sisters, or whatever. Okay.
All right.
So if you guys are just coming out of your car.
Putting other posters.
Oh, that is such a long day. It's
Oh,
really nice
I
to be
know.
home. All I want to do is go in and
Excuse
watch
me.
TV.
And please don't answer the phone. Oh.
I feel like I've seen you around and I've never introduced myself before.
Do you live up?
My name's Shanna. I live just right down.
Hey, you live on your dog, don't you?
It's two boys that
Oh,
sometimes
right.
act like they're
Sounds like a
noisy
little
like
dog.
dogs.
Cherie.
Hi, it's so nice to finally know your names. I would love to have you come over on Friday night. I'm just hosting a little, very casual, little appetizers and glass of wine in the green belt behind our condos.
Oh.
And if you're available to come with your families, I would love to introduce you to my husband and kids and just get to know each other a little bit more as we're starting our summer.
Yeah, well, I had a work party, but those are so boring. So I will make sure I cancel that and.
Yeah, we'll bring music and
Okay.
great.
That's great. Do you need me to bring a box of wine or something?
Yes, definitely a little box of wine.
And you said kids are allowed? to
Very
come?
kid friendly.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds
nice.
good.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Yay! Jeannie, let's also act out your speaking up in your office, where we're going to have we'll just imagine that the photograph of your girl that you sponsor is right here.
Okay.
And maybe we'll put your table right here. And then we'll have a couple of different people come to your office.
Hi, I was wondering if you could tell me what the latest day to add your class is.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right now we're past the ad deadline, but you can still get it signed off by your faculty
Maybe now you see
member
the photograph, Jen.
and go to,
Yeah.
yeah, are you noticing my photograph?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little girl, Jocelyn. I recently got involved with this group that provides food to children in Veracruz, Mexico. So for just $100, I'm sponsoring her for her food for like 3 months. It's really a great feeling to feel like I can do
So
that.
you don't know her?
No, I don't know her. I've been involved with this group a little bit, but I hope maybe sometime to go to Mexico and see her. But I feel like it's one way I can participate with children that I care for, but I don't really know.
That's interesting. How did you find out about her?
Through their website, and I actually did a project with this group. But if you go to the website, I can give you all the information. They have a link to just plug in and sponsor a child right there.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Great.
Thanks.
Now let's act out Kendall's example of wanting to do some accountability about the money that was given to a nonprofit organization that you're working with to see where that money has gone. So who would you need to speak to find out accountability-wise about this money?
I need to speak with this woman that I work with. She's a professor. Her name is Martha.
Great. And would you talk to her via phone, via
We're going to have a
person?
meeting
In
next
person?
week. In person.
Okay, great.
Right.
Who would you like to pick to represent her?
Oh, I don't know what to be.
Anybody can be.
Okay, Tia.
Yeah. Oh, would you probably be seated together?
Yes. Okay, thanks for meeting me at
of
this restaurant to talk about my work, and also well, besides talking about my work, I also wanted to ask you an update about the money that was promised to Mito, because we don't know where it is, and I know you were going to contact the professor that lives in India that's supposed to know where it is. So.
Yeah, so I've contacted the professor in India, but I'm still waiting for them to get back with me. I think that they're just dealing with the logistics of it and trying to get it transferred over here.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're still holding onto the money, but they're just dealing with paperwork. So they don't want to just give the money and then it doesn't look like it's legit. So I hopefully I'll hear from him in the next week or two. If I don't, then I'm going to have to go higher above him because I know it's been a long, long time. And the money is there to help the group, and we want to be able to do that. So we want to get it to you as soon as possible.
Okay, that would be good. I just don't know what to tell them in the meantime, because they keep asking me to write me emails every month, and they keep asking me, and I just don't know what we can tell them.
Well, tell them that you had a sit-down meeting with me today, and that as soon as I leave here, I'm going to contact the professor again. If that professor does not contact me, then I'm going to just have to go above that professor and get a hold of their boss so that we can get the money to you, because it is becoming problematic. And I know that they need the money to continue to build and make progress in the community. So if you don't hear from me by the end of the week, call me, and then I'll go above that professor's head.
Okay, that'd be really good.
All right, and we apologize.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Let's find. What were some key factors here that if we were going to give Kendall any advice on how she could really get a response? Is there anything else you'd want to tell Kendall about what other things that she might have said to even get a firmer answer from the person with whom she was speaking?
Did you get a firm date from her as to when the information would be to your satisfaction?
Yeah.
In this fake situation or in real life?
Well, I guess in either. I just know Tia said she was going to leave this room and do something, but it's always good to follow up and say, well, when can I contact you?
Yeah.
That's
again.
That's a good idea.
To see if she did her part.
And
Yeah,
Tia's character was very compliant.
Yes.
Right,
I
my
wonder
professor is too.
Okay, great.
She's very nice. Like the problem really is there's this other professor in India that is the go between we're like person to person to person, and they need this money to build a school, and it's really bad. So that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Okay, good. Any other suggestions that you'd want to give to Kendall if she were to do this?
Are you at all worried that the money has gone missing or maybe been misappropriated?
Yeah, I might, because this professor in India, he had a memory problem. He's very old and he got put in the hospital right after he supposedly put the money somewhere in his bank. So it's he has this medical problem too. So that's what the problem is. So I'm worried that maybe who knows where the money, or maybe he forgot where he put it, or.
Okay. Is he still in the hospital?
I don't know. I have to ask that question too.
That complicates it.
Maybe to acknowledge the things that you know when you're talking with the professor might have been useful.
To first say all these things that I know have complicated the situation, and then.
And it's a balance because you don't want to be blaming until it's necessary. That's
So
Shanna, what do you think?
I would maybe encourage you to go ahead and remember that it's okay to be forceful, though. I feel like it's your nature to be very sweet and nice, and if money is missing, there's a problem.
Yeah.
And it's okay to act like there's a problem,
Yeah.
too. I mean, I'm sure you'll be gracious about it and not mean in how you interact, with your professor,
Mhm.
but it's okay to act like there's something
Right.
wrong here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's often hard for me to do. It's really hard.
Yeah. Do you want me to come
Right.
with you?
That is another strategy. You could say,
You could role play, reverse.
That's great.
We could
Good.
do that. Have Tia be
Fantastic.
Kendall, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, let's try that. Kendall,
Okay.
switch places.
Okay.
Seats. Let's try this. So now, Tia, you come in. You're the professor.
Okay.
That's a great idea, Leslie. Okay, so Tia, you're going to walk in. Come in.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to learn from the first. Okay, Tia's going to come. There we go. Here we go. Let's try it one more time.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Good. Good. I'm glad to see you again.
You too.
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to get down to business. We've been missing this money. They're trying to build the school. What can we do?
I know. The problem is, this professor I'm contacting in India, he's been having some medical problems, so I've been emailing the wife and I just haven't heard anything for a while, so I just don't know where it is.
So is it just you can only get a hold of the professor and his wife? Is there anybody else that you can get a hold of? This has been ongoing, and they are emailing me every month about this, and
Yeah.
it's kind of aggravating. And it's just bad because they raise this money to help a community that's in need, that's in poverty, and now they don't have the money. It looks really, really bad.
I know, and I feel the same way you do. I really wish we could do something for them, but I keep emailing the.
But feeling the way I'm feeling is not getting us the money. So we need to figure out what we can do to get the money. This has been going on a little bit too long. And I know that he's been in the hospital, he's had medical problems, and I know that you're here with me, but we need to figure out who we can talk to get this money, or can the money come out of the university and then they get paid back when the professor in India gets better?
Good.
Maybe.
Let's stop
That's
here.
awesome.
Anybody else want to say anything else now? That was interesting. Tia was putting a little more pressure on.
Yeah.
It was different.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to suggest anything else?
What, I would,
Sorry. Wait,
I
can you
was-
step in?
yeah, I was also going to suggest maybe not only email, but is there a phone number? Is there what other ways of communication? Another
That's a good
person?
idea.
Because sometimes you email it and you can wait all your life for the email to come back.
Yeah.
Or like who else can
Yeah.
we contact? If this
Yeah.
person's not getting back, and you're saying every month, that sounds a little scary. Not like every day or every week. So.
That's a good idea.
yeah, I was just gonna say, it seemed like you both were in agreement that there's a problem, something need to be done, so maybe just, someone needs to clarify, okay, what exactly is the next step? What exactly are we gonna do next? And if that fails, what will be the step after that?
Nice.
Rather than just, carrying on,
Nice. I'd like us to rehearse Leslie's dinner conversation as well,
Oh, with the girls?
if we could. So Leslie, you're going to be with. We're going to have how many girls would it be? Will it just be the one? Let's put a couple. This is a dinner table. Here we are. We have the. Let's have the father here too, because that's going to matter. Who wants to be the father? Let's see. We need a father. Margaret, you be the father.
Oh, goodness.
If you guys could kind of share mics, that'd be great.
I don't know if I could.
Okay, so let's decide who everybody is. You're the father. So you're Leslie. This is your partner, Dan. And which one is the daughter? Sure, you want to be the daughter?
You're the daughter? Okay.
And you're the daughter's friend.
Okay.
Okay, and you guys are about to go off to college. Is that right? Okay, great. And this is. Do you know this girl?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know her.
Yeah.
You're friends with her and everything. Okay, so you two are 18.
Okay.
Okay, great. So here we go. And your goal
my
is
wife?
to.
No, we're partner, boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh,
Okay.
Partner, but partner.
Yeah, and this is
Sorry.
his daughter.
This is his.
No, this is your
daughter.
daughter.
You've raised
Dan,
her.
this is your daughter.
You've raised her on your own.
Stepmom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
digging. Yeah.
So wait, and is she your daughter?
No,
they're
she's his
friends.
friend.
They're
They're friends.
best friends.
Oh, I see.
And Leslie is wanting to share
I see.
her feelings about how these girls entering into college might not even be aware of gender inequities.
Of course, I
So
need
she's
to
trying
be.
to
What is
introduce-
my position on all this?
Yeah, how does he
Am I-
feel? Is he
yeah, how do
pretty
I-
fair-minded
you're,
guy?
Yeah, you're fair-minded. You're sort of like hippie dad, but you think everything is fine in the world.
Everything
I mean,
is
of
fine,
course
yeah.
there's equality. Of course everything's going to be fine.
Okay.
Of course there's no difference between you have a son, an older son. There's no difference in opportunity or equality or anything between your son and your daughter.
Okay, so
Right.
I'm
You share the mic with
denial.
him, too.
He's raised me to be the same as.
Oh boy, you're
Yeah,
boy
right.
brother.
Okay, good. Let's have the dinner
interesting.
And the
here.
dinner begins. Share the mics with each other.
Okay.
The dinner begins.
How's the food? Do you like that?
Oh my gosh, this is really good.
It's amazing.
I got it from Whole Foods.
I love Whole Foods.
I'm glad you like
Thank
it.
you
I
so
took it out of the
much.
containers before you came in. So I'm psyched you ladies are going off to college, and you're going to really good schools. And I don't want to be a doctor, bring me down, but I just want to take a little time and let you know that you're going to have a ton of fun, and you'll be learning a lot, and you'll be making new friends. But there's some things I just want to let you know that you'll be facing, and that is that you'll get out there in that wider world, and you'll realize that men and women aren't completely equal. You've been.
Here you go again.
Of course we're not
Come on.
equal, right?
Yeah, but have you ever? Can you think of a time, in your Boulder Bubble life where you've actually felt like girls aren't completely equal with guys?
If anything, they have more. Everybody wants women now. Everybody wants to hire women. It's actually harder
Dad
to be a
always
white male.
Treated me nicer than my brother, and I was always more special, right?
Yeah, it's a little different out there. If you get into a job, or even some summer jobs, where you're in working in an office, you might not. Seriously, you might not be getting paid the same as a guy who's working in the office, and you may be doing the same stuff. You may be the equivalent of filing and typing. But what if he's getting paid $25 an hour and you're getting paid $20 an hour?
Really?
What?
It happens, and that's a big difference in your salary. But because they know you won't ask, and maybe you won't negotiate, or you won't ask.
Just because I'm a girl?
Yeah, and I know you won't put up a fight for it. You don't know to ask. You don't really know to represent yourself in a job negotiation.
What are they supposed to do? Are they going what are they supposed to do?
Well,
How do you find out?
Yeah, let's figure this out. You say you know the guy. Would you be willing to tell a guy what you would be making and ask him what he's making?
I don't know.
Never
feel
I mean,
awkward
about it,
having
yeah.
that conversation.
Was it worse to feel awkward or worse to get paid less?
Well, do you really think that's still happening as much?
It's definitely.
really?
It's definitely, and it's happening partly because women don't demand. We don't go into negotiation and say, I checked this out. I know what you pay on average. I know what you pay. It takes some digging, and it takes some.
I guess they could start, maybe, I don't know, talk to some of their co-workers, and if they trust each other in that way, maybe try to get one of the men to share that information. Well, I'd share that information with the women in my office.
Where else should we be concerned about gender inequalities as we head off to college?
Well, you have to be careful about it in the classroom. Not just that I don't know what your classrooms will be like, but sometimes you'll be in schools where the professors have some really old-fashioned ideas about, girls are in classes just to get their MRS, their misses. And so, and they may you may have professors that look at you, expect less of you, or look at you in maybe a sexualized way, and you're going to have to be dealing with that stuff, and it could be coming at you in ways that you just don't even expect, that you haven't experienced in your life yet.
And I want to just freeze this moment right here. If anybody feels like they'd like to step in for any one of these characters, and you'd like to add something to this conversation, feel like if you want to be the man, Leslie, or one of the two girls, feel free to step in.
Can I be the
I'm kind of scared.
Yes, come on in.
Colin.
You can be the son.
No, you can be the father if you want to.
No,
I feel like
as the son.
You can come in as a son. Just sit on the. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Tease the son.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, sis. You ready to go to school?
I was, but now I'm.
Scoot over.
Stop it! God! Now I'm hearing that because I'm a girl, I'm not going to get as much stuff like the boys do, and
You're
I'm
not.
not really like that.
You're not.
Dad!
We're special, huh?
No, I was just telling her that you might get paid more to do the same job. And you'll make $25 an hour and she might make $20 an hour.
I've been telling her this all the while. She just doesn't listen.
There has to be something.
Would
There has to be someone I can call or something.
Would
call
you
you
give
Big
up
Brother.
some of your pay so she could get more? Yeah, I did.
For my sister?
for any woman.
For my sister, but not just any woman, I don't think.
Great, good. Well done. Jen, I think that we are going to have you come on with your son. Let's pretend that he's in the Burley. Let's make this the Burley. This is your bike. And we're all at pickup for, we're at the school where you're picking up we're all picking up our kids. And I want everybody else to drive up, for some of the other moms to drive up in their car and just strike up a conversation with Jen. And Jen, you just be in conversation with these other mothers. So good. Tate, you're going to be the kid in the Burley. Burley. Good. And you're on your bicycle. Good. And we're just going to have a couple other mothers, just one at a time, maybe drive up in their cars. Here we go.
Hi, Jeannie. Hey, how you doing, Jen?
Good, how are you?
Well, good. Well, what time do you have to leave to bike to school?
Just about 10 minutes earlier than if I had to drive, and it feels so good. I feel this is about the only exercise I can get in a day. So
Wow, you're kidding. I thought it would take so long. And you just hop on the bike and go?
I throw the kids in the trailer. I can bring rollerblades or scooters if I want for the kids to get home. Since our kids go to school up on top of a hill, it's up to me to get up the hill. All they have to do is go downhill to get home. So it's an easy sell, huh, Tate?
That's great. Well, gotta rush. I've got to make it to the gym. Bye.
That's a good one. Make it to the gym in the car.
Right. I love that.
Hi, I see that you take your son to school every day on the bicycle and everything. I mean, is that safe? Like, I see people bike all the time, and I worry for them.
It's a great place to bike. We are on trails most of the way.
Oh.
You know, as long as you obey the rules of the road, it's all good. People really look out for me, especially with the trailer on back. People are,
Wow.
yeah, very
Wow.
careful with the kids. Tate, do you like to ride the bike to school?
Yeah. Yeah? Do you like it better than the car? Really?
More fun, huh?
That's too bad because I live way out in the country. I live 30 miles. I live in north of Lyons, and I come here, and I can't bike. And
Yeah. Do you ever get to ride your bike even around where you live?
I do
Yeah,
that.
That's great. It just
Yeah.
feels so good to be on a bike.
Yeah. Great.
Great, good. See you, Kendall.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Shanna. How's your day?
It's not as good as your day
Oh.
on your bicycle.
Isn't it a wonderful day to be out? It's just awesome.
I just want to let you know that I'm really impressed that you put in that little bit of extra effort to be on your bicycle and have that example for your children. I
Well,
think it's amazing.
that's why I bike up here, is so that I can impress all the other moms. And
You do. We all talk about it.
A little
Jen
status,
on the bike with
yeah.
her kids.
plus, I always tell Tate, if we ride our bikes, who are we saving? Do you remember?
Give him the mic.
The
Who are you saving,
he's
Tate?
finding his voice.
He's finding
You didn't do the throat opening exercises.
I know. Is it the Earth? Who is it, Tate? You tell us. Who gets saved when you ride your bike?
Say it.
Yell out the Earth.
Polar bears.
Polar bears! Polar bears get saved. So we just like to invite any comments about your feeling about your voice speaking up, and just like to have any comments that you have about having done the workshop, and any thoughts that you have, any advice to other mothers, anything.
I thought the workshop was great. I really feel relaxed and able to look into each other's eyes and people I'm speaking to, and feel more confident that I can approach someone with my concerns about mothering and children now.
The thing that I liked most about the workshop was the opportunity to really think about being thoughtful about what I say, to actually give some pause and to actually think about my voice as I'm saying it, because I actually end up talking a lot over the course of the day, and I don't my brain isn't thinking about what I'm saying a lot of the time. So it was nice to actually thoughtfully plan and execute something that I felt passionate about saying.
I was really surprised by the idea of practicing before you go out there into the world and do something. I think that's wonderful, especially for people who are a little bit more shy. And another thing is that it always overwhelms me how big the changes that we need to make are. And if you just boil it down to one single thing you can do, or in today, tomorrow, the next day, we will build critical mass, I guess, eventually.
Great.
I did think that participating in the workshop was less scary than I thought it was going to be.
I enjoyed myself. It's always hard to do the exercise when you're staring into somebody's eyes that you don't know. But by the end, I feel more comfortable with that person as well as everybody in the room. So I don't know. I enjoyed the workshop, getting to know other mothers, and acting out the scenarios. That always helps because you never know what's going to happen. So it gives you a chance to switch roles or do something that you might not ordinarily do. So
I enjoyed the workshop. To be with a bunch of lovely women is great. And also just how you connect breath, voice, passion, because our breath is our life, and our life should reflect our passion. So it just makes that a real direct connection, and in a small step approach too. So
I was really grateful to everybody for giving me advice on my meeting, because I'm going to have this meeting next Thursday. And I'm going to use some of these strategies because it's a difficult situation to negotiate. And I'm kind of young, I'm just growing up, and I haven't done this kind of thing before. And maybe some of you have, so it was really nice to get your advice. And also to switch roles with Tia and have her reflect back to me maybe what I should do more.
What I thought was most powerful about this workshop was that giving voice to our passions, and giving voice to one passion made me realize that there's so many more beneath that, and you made it so easy to give voice to that, one passionate idea, and it sort of creates this swell, this groundswell of, yeah, there's this, and there's that, and there's another one, and this idea of breaking them down into their component parts and making them so manageable and doable, and there's just such a richness there.
In closing, I'd just like to remind us that through this workshop, we were all we needed to speak up and begin to act on our concerns. I'd like us to have a closing if we could. If we could come into a circle, a full circle, and if we can hold hands but cross your right hand over your left hand, please. We're going to say, we have strong voices. We'll spin out and then we'll say, and we are taking them out into the world with our arms up and ready. Ready? We have strong voices, and we're taking them out into the world. I'd like us to do one more variety of this. If you were doing this in a workshop where anyone was movement impaired, you could do it a slightly different way. Everybody put an arm in, please, your right arm in. We're just going to start in, and we're going to say we have strong voices, and then we're going to take our arms out, and we'll say we're taking them out into the world. Okay, let's start again. Ready? Here we go. We have strong voices, and we're taking them out into the world. Great.